guys? It is Chris from Watch Chris here on Jomashop's channel. I'm going to be doing some videos for Jomashop, and I am very excited about the collaboration. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Breitling B01. It's a watch that I've never actually featured on my own channel, so I'm very excited to show it to you guys. So let's flip the camera and take a look at a Breitling B01. So this is my first video that I'm actually doing for Jomashop. I'm actually in Jomashop's offices here in New York. I'm overlooking the water. I could see New York City from their office. They have a beautiful setup here. It's very modern, very state of the art. And I'm very excited because I also get to feature a Breitling, a watch that I've only featured in sort of news videos. This is a Navitimer. Obviously, it is the B01 chronograph. That stands for Breitling 01. It is their manufacturer movement, so you get an in-house movement in this watch. And it's a classic, one of the first pilot's watches, and a watch that I've featured in a few different lists about pilot's watches on my channel, Watch Chris. So we're going to talk about the specs and features on this watch, and then we will do a quick wrist shot. I don't know if I can do loom shots here, but if I can, I will throw a loom shot in at the end of the video. So Navitimer obviously stands for navigation timer. If you guys did not know that, that's basically just the abbreviation, Navitimer. It was back in 1952, Breitling developed an on-wrist or a wrist-worn chronograph. It had a slide rule and obviously a few other functions. You could see this, which was very important for pilots during the time they wanted that functionality. It actually became the official watch of the AOPA, Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association. So obviously a pretty big deal for a watch. It was a true tool watch. That's because it was very functional. Nowadays, these are really cool watches, obviously still have that functionality, but people don't always buy them because they're pilots. Previously, people bought them because they were pilots and they needed that functionality for actually flying a plane. Now, these were always big, and that bigness, that large case size is out of necessity. So these are 42.5 millimeters. A 43 millimeter watch is basically what Breitling says. And then of course, thickness here is 13.9 millimeters. You do get to see that movement from the back. I'll do close-ups of the movement so you can see it. It's gorgeous. But one of the really nice things that I noticed about this watch immediately is the clasp. It does have a butterfly clasp, but it's completely engraved with Breitling right there. It's beautiful. There's polishing, there's sort of a bead blasting around the word Breitling. Just beautiful. Beautiful bracelet too, double deployant. You know, I've never been a huge fan of Breitling, but this really does hit the mark. I think they did a great job with this. And you have sort of a toned down version of their multi-link bracelet. Of course, you have a lot of polishing still. There's polishing down the center, but you do have brushing, and it does taper very nicely. Crown on here, and I'll do a lug-to-lug measurement as well. So the crown on here is just about 6.8 millimeters. So you do get a large crown. And then, of course, the lug-to-lug, which is pretty big, but considering this is a large watch, so it's almost 49 millimeters, but really not that bad. And on wrist, it does wear big because you do get an interior bezel. So that's why it does wear big, because obviously you have an interior rotating bezel. It is bi-directional and friction fitted. Everything feels really nice and very smooth. Obviously the chronograph action, very smooth as well on this watch, flies back really nice. You have red accent on the bezel itself on the 60-minute right there. And then you have a red accent on that seconds hand for the chronograph. You do get a date. The date is at the 6 o'clock position or right above the 6 o'clock index. There's loom on the dial. Not too much loom, but like I said, if I can do a loom shot, I will show you guys loom towards the end of the video. You do get fence post hands. Those are filled with loom as well. Obviously a dome sapphire crystal. And one of the things that Breitling do very well is their AR coating. They put a color on it. It's like a purplish color. So you either love that or hate it. Big sign crown, as I mentioned before, screwed in case back. The crown not screwed in. You do get 30 meters of water resistance, so not an incredibly dive resistant watch. You're not going to be using this for diving. You're going to be using this for flying if you're going to be using it for anything besides everyday normal use. It's a good looking watch, and obviously, like I said, a true tool watch, something that you're going to use, and you could actually use professionally if you really wanted to. Very quickly, let me throw it on my wrist. This is the B01 on my 7.5-inch wrist. Now, like I said, it's a 43 millimeter watch. It measures in at 43 millimeters. It has a silver dial, so it's like a silver panda. So you have black sub registers, and then of course, the silver dial, which is gorgeous. Really, just a beautiful watch, and obviously a classic. This is something that is just timeless. Breitling and the Navitimer, and that's basically what they are famous for. It is the Navitimer. Their dive watches do pretty well, but this watch is really their most important watch. Anyway, I'll wrap up the video here. If I can do a loom shot, we'll do a loom shot very quickly. Anyway, guys, thank you for logging on. Thank you for joining me for my first video here on Jomashop, on Jomashop's channel. I am Watch Chris for Jomashop. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this video helpful. This is available on Jomashop's website. They always have great prices. I think the retail on a watch like this is around $9,500. They obviously have it less than that on their website, so definitely check them out. It comes with a Jomashop warranty. It's a classic, so if you are in the market for a classic chronograph, really, the Breitling Navitimer, really an incredible watch. This gets a pretty incredible movement as well. So don't forget, like, subscribe. Also, like and subscribe over on my channel, Watch Chris. And I appreciate you guys. I will see you guys in the next video.